So my grandfather, when he was a very young man and newly married, started a business. And about that time, the Great Depression hit, the stock market crashed, he lost his business. He was blessed to get a job in Alcoa, Tennessee with Alcoa Aluminum back in the day. He ended up working there for 38 years in the accounting department, was one of the head cost accountants when he retired. I heard the story growing up, I didn't witness it, that he had a bit of a temper. Can't imagine that in the Ramsey family. And apparently, as the story goes, he was at my parents' house, who were newly married, and they're probably 20 years old, with a little kid, me, running around. And my mom reached to put some leftovers away and pulled out aluminum foil, only it wasn't Alcoa aluminum foil. It was, God help us, Reynolds wrap. Well, apparently he got so angry he took the Reynolds wrap and pulled it all out all over the backyard, went through her cabinets and threw out everything that was Reynolds wrap in her cabinets, and said Alcoa Aluminum has supported this family for decades and you will not dishonor that. Now, was that a little overboard? Yeah, definitely a little overboard. Ramseys have a tendency to be overboard sometimes. I'll go with that. But it's an interesting thing that I think is missing today in our culture. This idea that the company that you work for gives you money, therefore feeds your family, allows you to live your dreams, allows your children to go to school and puts clothing on them and food on their table. And I know corporate America is not loyal to the worker and doesn't always treat the worker great. I get all of that, but this is not about corporate America. This is about you and your personal integrity. An element of integrity is loyalty. So I think a little bit of what my grandfather had, a little dose of that, would be good for every one of us to remember. If you don't like them, if you think they're a bunch of bozos, if you think they don't have integrity, if you think they don't pay enough, this is a free country. Quit! Get out! Stop! Why do you keep working for someone that you think is a crook and that mistreats people? That says more about you than it does about them. When you no longer trust leadership, when you no longer believe in the cause, when you don't think the product or the service that the company puts out is quality and you're no longer proud of it, that's God speaking to you. He's yelling at you. He's saying, I have something else for you. Leave. Go do something else. Leave. When your spirit leaves, for God's sakes, take your body with it. God has a plan for you. He loves you, and it's not to bring you harm. It's to bring you hope. He designed you in such a way that you're supposed to do certain things. Folks work for us for a season sometimes. Sometimes they're healing while they work for us, and they go out and they start their own businesses Sometimes they move on to other things. Sometimes they decide, I'm some kind of character, and they don't want to work for that kind of character. All of that is fine. The only thing that's not fine is staying in a place that you hate, because it says more about you than it does about the place. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show. So you have to break the cycle. You have to flip this thing on its head and make it behave. You've got to get so fired up and wired up that your broke friends think you've lost your mind.